Kind of dark.
Okay, so make sure that
Well, we are in the house.
What's up, fam?
What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Well, it's been a long day, y'all.
Yes, right.
So,
Just keeping it real with Charles and
Melendia.
Hey, what's up, family?
What's up, fam?
All right, so we're back. We're for live here today,
Yeah.
and we got something we want to talk about. Hopefully, the comments are engaging.
Yes.
Just get right to the point. Ask you this question.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Mm.
that might be killing the vibe in your marriage or relationship? What are you doing? Think about it 1 second.
What you doing?
Okay.
Mm.
Well, whatever you're doing, we want to say if it's killing the vibe, then it
That
ain't sexy for sure. That's the
is
thing.
not
It's not sexy. So
Yeah.
we want you to think about some things that we can share, and hopefully, if the comments are engaging there to you, you
Yeah.
can send us some of those things that you might be doing that's killing the vibe.
I do want to say that we want to have some back and forth conversations,
Interactions,
right?
yes.
So some interactions, connect
Right.
with us, let us
Mhm.
know. And if for some reason your comments are not on, there's some technical issues, drop your comments in Facebook or Instagram and I'll read them as well. So, but if you don't see them there, please just send them over. Go to Just Keeping It Real with Charles and Melendia or jcur_cm at Facebook or Instagram.
And also
So-
our email, our Gmail as well. We got
Yeah, but
just
I'm not going to probably check the Gmail right now.
okay. Oh, not right now. No,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
will
I'm
if
saying-
we have a delay, right?
Yeah,
if
if you have
we
a delay and
response,
you
yeah.
can't, for some reason, you're not seeing any comments. Let's see, I'm going to put in here so you'll see. You can tell me whether or not you all see something. And y'all can tell me if you see it. Hopefully, we can. Do I have that right? You can't really see there. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's dig in.
Let's dig in. Let's get
Okay.
started. So,
Yeah, definitely. All right. So you know, one thing I noticed when I look at my wife myself on a camera, she looks so much taller than me, but she is not taller than me. It's just one thing. She doesn't have such a straight
Correct.
posture, correct posture. And your boy, like most brothers, I'm kind of like slouching sometimes. So that's the difference there in that. So she is actually shorter than myself, but it doesn't matter anyway. It don't matter. Okay, so we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
So that ain't sexy. That's what we're talking about here today.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever that vibe is that you're doing that
Mhm.
could be killing the things that you're doing, killing the vibe in your relationship or marriage. Okay,
Right.
let's go.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some real topics today, okay? We're going to talk about something real, honest. Let's be true. Come on, y'all. That's just don't try to shy away. And if it's something that you think you can, what you should, husband and wives, now you talk about it.
Oh yeah,
You
exactly.
really need to
Sure,
talk about
sure.
it because it could be seriously killing the vibe.
Right.
So we're gonna laugh and learn and level up on this love thing and talk about some things that could be killing the vibe, and it ain't sexy.
Right. Okay. So with that, we've experienced, little areas of that. I know we have, and we've talked about things.
What are you talking
So,
about?
all right. Well, no, I'm just saying that we have because sometimes, like even from the time that we met each other, 47 years ago, and we were dating,
Mhm.
it just you remember how it was. The things that you did, you didn't want people to think that you even farted. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I know it sounds a little vulgar, but let's be real about it. You times you felt you had to do something there, you would just say, excuse me, boom, walk out the door, step outside, and okay, I'm okay. So that's the kind of thing. But then when you married,
Mhm.
you got to a point where you say, girl, please.
Wait a minute, why? Oh, him.
Boy, please. That's what I'm saying. And we just let it go. We let it rip and just go right off.
Yeah,
As if our stuff don't
Oh,
stink. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, with that, we've probably done that and we've gotten comfortable in other areas as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, women, we like in that stage of dating or courting or getting to know someone to feel that vibe of the attractiveness for real, y'all. So
Okay.
what we do, we like our hair done. We like to look good, to present ourselves. Did y'all? I mean, come on now. Somebody tell me if you wasn't like that, then all right, what was the attraction? That's maybe none of my business. But all I'm saying is,
Mhm.
for me, I wanted to show exactly how I appreciate myself,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and
Right.
so I can present it to this dude that I was feeling,
Dude.
right?
Oh.
This dude back then. We talking a minute ago.
Yeah, I got you.
So I didn't want to come up, smelling no kind of way in certain areas. Y'all hear what I say, women? You got to check yourself. And for men, what?
Yeah. Well, it's like this. I mean, even for that, I think we have to be conscientious as well. Just like for myself, I know I grew up, and as a young man, I sweated or something perspired.
Mm-hmm.
I did, and at times I could smell myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Oh boy, that's me." And it's just even to this day, sometimes you heard me say, "Oh no, I don't smell right. Let me do something here." So some people, as far as hygiene, you may wash, you may put on some deodorant, just don't do it for you, or some antiperspirant, don't do it for you. That you've got to go an extra mile because of that. And so I've dealt with that. But guess what? Even in marriage, I always like to smell good, as well. Remember the high karate days, all that old stuff, and then coming up to new fragrances there. But I remember one in particular, boy, that I bought one place, and that thing used to turn you on, girl.
Okay,
okay. So I'm not gonna name the fragrance, but I'm gonna tell you, and that thing, it just like I said, boy, I used to put it on and say, "Oh, we're gonna have a night tonight." And when I put that stuff all on. And she would be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
She would be asleep, and that fragrance she would smell. I would even put some like around near on the clothes, so she smell. And then next thing I watch it, I said, "Boy, this is like clockwork, bam."
So
the point was that not in? That wasn't even scripted. I'm sorry.
Nothing is really scripted.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying that wasn't. I was gonna say that, girl.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
But you remember the fragrance?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
So the point is, you shouldn't be walking all dusty and armpit smelling and no, fam. That's just not cool. That's not cool. You used to prepare yourself to freshen up.
Oh, right.
So when we get together, why are you trashing yourself like that? I mean, and
we sort of take it for granted to a degree.
Do.
It's just like, okay, I did all this for you. Mm-hmm. Now I got you. Guess what? Belching, and it just, we've got to be conscientious of and ask ourselves, the thing that I just did here, the thing that I just did, is that sexy?
Right.
Or is that a turn off?
Right.
We've got to be conscientious. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So, we also talk about how we dress to impress.
Okay.
Right. We dress to impress. Right. But then when we get real comfortable with our man or our woman, when we get comfortable, we come to bed, we walk around, we got these holes in certain parts of our clothes and, crusted up t-shirts the man may have, throw them out. Mm-hmm. Because with pajamas all day, it doesn't fuel the passion.
Right.
Not unless you got some like little cute stuff. And I get it. Sometimes you want a nice chill pajama day. Mm-hmm. I've done it. Get it.
Oh, sure. Right.
But dress like you still trying to pull me in.
Okay.
Dress like you still trying to, trying to get.
Just want to make sure that we are good.
We're good.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we have good. Are you hearing us? Okay.
Okay.
That's what we want to make sure
that
we are being heard.
Yeah. Okay. So drop a one in the comment if you can hear us. If you're able to comment. drop a 1 in the comment. So you just want to make sure that y'all good. If you can comment. Did somebody just do something? Oh, did I see a 1? I think I see a 1.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Drop
All
a
right,
2 if you
Mhm.
can't. If you can't hear us, or if you can't, if you can't put no comments. But it looks like you can put some comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, moving on, still talking about dress to impress, but we got to understand that we're doing this not just to impress them.
Well,
you know, I mean,
yeah, you got to have some self-worth too. You know, that's the thing. So you got to, number one, impress myself. Is this how I want to present myself? So things with brothers, sometimes I know with underwear, we may have underwear, the elastic going up. We still trying to rock them things. And they more or less falling off. Now that may be sexy to your woman. It might be. She might like them drawers that's falling. Okay. But you know, the point is up your game, simply is what we're saying. Up the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so we all know that bad habits equal bad vibes.
Okay.
So, you know, we
Sure.
talking about dressing and things like that. It also includes attitude.
Okay.
You
Right.
know? I mean, cause that ain't sexy.
Okay. Right. So in other words, what you're saying that a person can actually have a stink attitude and then thinking that they're looking good, but that can affect, definitely can affect the beauty outlook or whatever, beauty perception.
You know, certain, I do know sometimes, certain times of the month, you know, women, we may be going through some things. But if you will communicate with your man, he knows that you got some stuff going on sometimes, and it can change your mood.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
So you should be able to commune that way together. So and have what? Empathy.
Yeah. Okay.
Like for real. Okay. Have
I got you.
You know,
right.
but certain habits sometimes when we, are maybe not even conscious about it. You know, for those, and not, if you do, you do whatever is sexy for your man. You know, we can't live in your household.
Right.
I know what works over here.
Yeah.
You know, and snake attitudes, rolling our eyes.
I don't think that works many places at all. Period. So that's
well, it shouldn't, but
right? Yeah.
So if you may not want to condemn yourself right now, but put a 2 in the attitude in the comments. Put a 2 in the comments if you know you are guilty of some of these things. I can put a 2 for me sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes when we are not in a good space.
Sure.
Sometimes when we're not in a good space, I am presenting things that ain't sexy. You know what?
And I'm sure, the same here on this end. I know we a lot of us brothers, we talk about how women get attitudes, this and that. But I can tell you something right now. I done met some brothers with some attitude. And at times I had my own. And sometimes it's just like, some brothers can be worse than women per se. Now, please don't get offended, my sisters, because again, you have a thing where emotionally you kind of can unwind or do different things because of those hormones. With men, there ought to be more of a balance. Unless there's something going on, whether mental or some things there. Because I have met some good brothers that were very, definitely right. And a couple of them, because of truth, I say I love you, brother. Okay. What about loud chewing? Yeah. I know back in the day, growing up as a kid, when women popping that gum, and we used to be impressed by it. I said, dang, wow, how can they do that? Just do it. And so my point, maybe that's sexy for somebody. They said, man, I want a girl that's chewing that gum and popping it. But not quite for me. I'll say this. And
whatever works for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever works for you in your household. If it's sexy for you and y'all got it like that, then keep it up.
Sure.
If that works for you.
Right. Absolutely.
But then there's other things, as I said, you can have this attitude and your body shows that you are being really disrespectful. When I say in the way you communicate with each other,
Speaking of that, I would say that at times it seems like things that come out And when I'm saying things that are released, whatever, could be words, it could be actions, and we pick these things up. You remember the hand thing, the neck popping and all that stuff. That was very disrespectful being used because, we saw a lot of that in our homes, in communities, and then we see that, and then with especially if a man say something to his wife or love her or whatever, and she do the hand thing like, I want to, that was, I'm telling you, those create negative vibes there, make things not so sexy, for sure. Okay.
Too, especially in today's society, it's very distracting and it ain't sexy. And when we say sexy, we're just talking about being able to attract one another and just feel each other out.
Sure.
Okay. And one of it is a bad habit that we have today is what? Our phones.
Okay.
Our phones, but takes away our communication time. You're always on phone. What you guys say?
You texted me today.
I did.
In the house.
I texted him in
and
the
I'm
house.
like, woman.
See, let me tell you
I
something.
live with you. Why you texting me? We're in the same house.
See, what happened was I called him. I called him a couple times. And we're not saying that sexy or not sexy. No. But what I'm saying is when we take for granted the time that we spend with each other.
Yes.
And we could be having some long time together.
Sure. Now, that texting can be pretty positive too.
Well, it could.
Because you remember at one point when we were staying away, we were away from each other, but then we've been and we texted each other pretty like we did. We on the line of sexting, and it set the mood for some things. So that time it was sexy. Okay, all right. So so I just have to bring her back to some of the things, that
I'm talking about.
I got you. When it's not sex, I got you.
Because we can be so distracted sometimes with these phones,
which is correct,
and not present with each other
in the moment. Right.
So in this new era today, you don't even, as he said, I'm texting him when he's in the house. You don't even communicate vocally anymore. So what?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. And we do vocally. And I know for yourself, you're pretty vocal. And
what are you trying to say?
No, my wife is from she's from up north. And I tease about this though, I hope nobody get offended. That's all the inside thing. And I know. And her bestie, when I listen to them talking, I say, boy, y'all are so loud. I say, man, y'all loud. But it's funny, and that's the way they've been over the years.
But I know how to do that. I ain't all up.
I got you, man. We good, my love. We good.
We talking about what's sexy. I think, you know what, though?
Go ahead.
I think, for some instance, he saw that side of me when we were getting to know each other, and I think that was sexy. That had been sexy for him.
Because I'm from the South, and he's a northern place.
So you know what's sexy.
Okay.
You know what's sexy for y'all.
You sexy, my love.
Right?
You know
that.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead and say it.
I'm just saying, you all can, if you communicate with your spouse, your significant other, you might want to explore with each other now to determine what's sexy and what's not sexy.
Right, absolutely. And one thing about, I appreciate you because you do take care of yourself, your body. That's one thing I appreciated early on, and I saw that, and I do appreciate it to this day because I guess I've been some places where I used to call you when I was in the Charleston area, and I was staying with this woman you might be watching, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you this, that I was staying, and she had a house where several men stayed, rented a room, and I used to watch it. And I told her, I watch things. I say, oh Lord, I thank the Lord for you. I say, girl, I thank the Lord for you that you take care of yourself and everything. I'm not trying to put nobody down, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, I do.
So
okay, back to y'all.
Back to y'all.
Look, whatever. I know it's hard to read comments at this point, but we will, look to address what we can. And the thing is, we want to hear even your situations and
Yeah.
stories that concerning us, because again, important to us.
Mhm,
You know, not
mhm.
just us, but
So
we-
we can talk about it.
yeah,
And
we as a
can-
community, we
can
feel
talk about it,
because we want to do what? We want to change the world.
about
Period.
relationships. So
All
you know
of
what
us,
you
man.
what I would love to hear? Won't y'all drop some comments in there to tell us what do you think are your unspoken turnoffs?
Okay. The
What's your
things that you
unspoken
right.
turnoffs?
Okay.
You know, in your relationships, when you're looking for certain things in a mate or in your husband, as you are hopefully connecting toward that goal of getting married or somebody
Sure.
that you're
Mhm.
looking at, he or
Mhm.
she, what are your unspoken turnoffs?
Okay.
You know,
Right.
I would love to hear. Drop that in the comments if you don't mind. But
Okay.
what we can say, you know, I'd say one, stop being so nice. This is a turn off to me.
Go ahead.
Is that if we're somewhere and you're nicer to somebody than you are with me, you talking all sweet.
So you and the brother already?
No.
You and the brother
No,
already?
no.
Oh.
No,
Hey,
no.
if it's true,
You
it's
know,
true. If it's true, it's true. You
But
know.
what I'm saying,
I got
and
you.
a time
I
or
got
two,
you. And
I have mentioned
we
that.
have had that situation. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real and bring it out. Yes, we have. And there are
And you
times
said that I have
I
done
say
that
the
too.
same thing about her. I'm
Yeah.
saying, hey, woman, slow down. I want you to turn around. You got a brother right here that address in a proper fashion or a better fashion or more loving fashion. We do that to each other.
Yeah.
And the thing
But
about
it
it,
is a turn off.
right?
It is
I-
a turn
absolutely.
off. But what
Right.
do you
I
have?
get
Do you have an
um,
unspoken turn on?
well, maybe before we end this, I'll share, because right now I'm not thinking of anything right now.
But what about?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you mean with you anything?
yeah, any unspoken
Uh-huh.
turn offs that could turn you off.
Girl, I appreciate you. I just love you.
He getting ready. Go,
I just
go
thank
on.
the Lord for this woman here.
Go
I
ahead.
do.
Say it. Go ahead. We
I
here.
just, oh man, I'm a grateful man.
Yes,
I'm a
but
grateful man. I'm a blessed man.
and look, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
No. Lord, I want to be a wise man and not walk into the traps here today. But no, I'm just kidding. Look, if I think of something as we go, I'll share. I share it with you. Yeah, you know. I'm
Some other
you know,
turnoffs could
Go
be
ahead.
for some. I
Go
mean,
ahead.
you know, being silent when you need to communicate. You know, that could be a turnoff. Being silent. You know, if you are living, I've heard of some people living at home together. And when they happen to get into a disagreement, somebody shuts down.
Okay.
They totally shut down. And that could be a total turnoff, as well as causing other problems in a relationship.
Okay. Now, one thing I'll say on shutting down, there may be times that you may need to shut down.
Right.
And we've talked about that, because if we have whether a contentious situation or something going on where we're not in agreement, and you're standing your ground, like you're in the state of Florida or something, and you're saying, this is where I am, I'm not moving from it. And if I'm there saying, this is where I am, and we know that we won't get anywhere as far as making ground or resolution at that moment.
Right.
And you say, well, let's just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that may not be the time to talk about it. It may be time to shut it down to talk about it when we're in a calmer space, but don't just shut it down and say, that's it, we're not talking about it anymore.
Right.
We want to address the issue. That's the problem if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But if we table it and say we're coming back to it when we're both level, cool. Okay? Cool.
Yeah, okay.
I would say that.
Okay. So the point though,
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
it could be a turnoff when you are. Because some people, I mean, after a while, you can't be living in the house together and days and y'all ain't talking to each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
You know, I mean, some of y'all ain't communicating with each other. So that's problematic.
And one thing too, we say don't sleep or don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Okay, that's one of the things. Okay, she's able to look at comments.
Yes,
so she's
I
gonna go
hear
ahead with
somebody
comments.
say they plead the fifth.
Oh, really?
Charles. Could be in there.
That's gotta be Fletcher. No, I just gotta be you, Fletcher. I know that's you. Oh, brother, I know that's you. I tell you. But yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we appreciate you.
I get you not saying nothing, but anyway. And then another thing that could be a turn off
Go ahead.
is being loud. Now I hear him say that me and my girl, we be, me and Shay when we on the phone and we get, But I'm saying if you being loud out somewhere,
Ooh, I'll be back.
You know what? Was it a turn off?
This woman, no, you've accused me of that before. That's why
Oh,
several times you accused
yeah.
me of getting loud, like when we're out. Because I guess sometimes I get passionate about some things, and it may seem like I'm angry, and I'm like, no,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not angry. I'm a peaceable.
Yeah. You know what? He just bringing something to my attention.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah. But I mean, this is not let's bash Charles about.
Oh no,
certain
Charles is
things like
good.
that. We're just talking
yeah, I'm
about
good. I can
certain
take it.
things,
Right.
and maybe your passion does not understand the volume of your voice.
well put, my dear. Okay.
That's
All right,
all
go
I'm
ahead.
saying. So, with that said, I'm talking about being just loud and obnoxious.
Sure. I got you.
If you're out somewhere and you just being just destructive sometimes.
Okay, I got you.
And I can say another thing is an unspoken turn off. If you and your man, y'all out, having a good time, or if y'all at a, somewhere, you're having a couple drinks or something like that, whatever y'all may do. For those that do that, and you get, what is it, inebriated, drunk.
Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I'm saying
Okay.
that is a turn off.
I think it's
Come on, that's an
definitely,
unspoken
right.
turn off. If
Well,
you're looking at your woman
Yeah.
and you're looking at your man, come on now.
It's not. I mean, I'm not saying I don't. I get it. A little wine every now and then or something. But the thing about it, drunk, I don't care for that. I remember as a kid at a nightclub, wasn't supposed to be there, but too young to even go there. Went there one night and had a little drink or something, and I was kind of tipsy. But anyway, I walked out and I was kind of spinning a little bit, and then I watched this woman. I thought she's very attractive. Walk out that place. It was raining, muddy, and she was so drunk that woman fell in the mud. And I was sitting here, and I was been drinking, like I say, young kid, teenager, wasn't supposed to be there, and I'm looking at her like that, like, wow. That
So
was
the
pretty.
point is,
Okay, all right. So that's a turn off. I got
turn
you. Even for me, it was just like, wow, it's a pretty woman to be in that mud like that.
Yeah. So you gotta guard yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Guard
absolutely.
yourself, and then if you with your man, come on now. There's certain things can be left at home.
But our rules may not be your rules. You may say, hey, I like her drunk, and boy, that's the thing. That's it. If she's drunk like that, I know it's going to be a good night. That may be your thing. So,
or you can say, that ain't sexy. So, all I'm saying.
You determine that.
So, and another thing too, and that we had a challenge for you guys, and that is when it comes to a connection.
Okay, and you may not have, you may not have seen the challenge, but we were starting a challenge. I think we were doing a 7-year challenge that we're going to do. Right. And I guess sometimes you say challenge. Why we got to be challenged? Why can't we just say we're going to get together? We're going to do a group action all together. We're going to lock arms. We're going to do this thing. It's not going to be a challenge. We're just going to do it together.
So for those that may have heard the action challenge, and that was the actionable task, right? Actionable task. Right. You heard that. Then tonight, I want to know whether or not you were able to implement that. And that was pray together or say a prayer for each other. Anybody? Anybody can say they did that?
Did anybody hear the challenge or see the challenge there, as we call, or the actionable actionable actions that we had? Did anybody see it?
And put a one in the chat if you saw it.
Well,
if you didn't, you can start tonight.
Right.
You can start tonight, and throughout the week we'll talk more about that in a minute. But that actionable action was to say a prayer for your spouse. say a prayer together. And I'm telling you, things that for me, when I see my man, when I see you in a connection with God, that's sexy.
Okay.
That's sexy to me.
Do you see me with a connection with God?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do.
All right.
I do.
I was hoping that you would say that. Okay. I don't have to cash app. Yeah.
It is.
Okay. No. Okay. Look. Right. Exactly. I got you.
Yeah. So
right.
I'm just saying, if you happen to be in that spot, because what we're talking about, some of it is natural and some of it is spiritual. And one thing that we always talk about is the foundation of how relationships should start.
Yes.
And that is with prayer.
And you definitely have to build on the proper foundation of relationships. And we say, hey, you got to go to your creator, the one that created you, the one that created the institution, relationships, and also marriage. You can't build without God.
That's
you
right.
cannot.
That's right.
He made it, he created it, and you got to go to the creator.
Right.
Okay.
And we had someone to say, they they don't pray every night, but they are going to start working on it. But you know what? If you never start,
you never get there.
You never get there.
Right.
So even if it's a couple times a week.
You know something? This week, last week, we went to Podcast Summit in ATL.
Yes. Shout out to Podcast Summit. They were
definitely.
Amazing.
Right. Yes.
Amazing
speakers, David Shands. We say we appreciate you, and even the institution that you're building, the business there, the brand, and we stayed with a young man. I'm going to shout Soulful out.
Our godson.
Yep, godson, and we took him out to dinner, I guess, for his birthday, right? And he's 36 years old, and we sat there, and he started bringing things to us that he remembered as a kid. He said, I remember I was a kid and you two stood up in the church and said, we asked the question, have you hugged your wife today?
Yeah.
And that was something. And he said, wow, I saw the faces. I can remember the faces. People were shocked, were stunned, like, why is he asking that? And that was, gosh, I don't know how many years ago.
Right.
But the thing about it, what we're saying here is this. You may not like what I'm ready to say, because I told you I'm going to say it.
No, okay.
Okay, and what I'm going to say this. We started out talking about something, about a comfort level or something, and we talked about before you got married, the things you did. You were even almost embarrassed to break wind, okay, in front of your spouse or your person. But then you got to a point after you got them married, you just let them go everywhere, So the thing is, I want to say this, is that when I don't know, you may already be comfortable praying for your spouse or your significant other. You may already be, but if you're not, I want to say this. When your comfort level of letting them fly and letting them loose exceed, when that prayer life exceeds that, now you're building on the right foundation.
Absolutely.
Now you're going somewhere with things. But how can we be so comfortable letting them fly and letting them loose and not be comfortable enough to pray for your spouse? I remember some people we were talking to at one point. We asked a question. Stand up, husband. Grab your wife's hand. Pray for your wife. My man stood there. So again, build on the foundation. Be comfortable.
Right, and somebody just made a statement, which is so true, which sometimes you can't always pray together.
Okay, absolutely, you should.
But you always should pray for each other. Absolutely.
Right. If it's distance,
it was a situation where
go ahead.
we were living apart for
4 hours apart.
4 hours apart. For how long? 3.5 years.
I don't know how she talked me into that.
Okay, so I ain't even gonna go into that one, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you the thing about it though, with that, and that was only through God that helped us through that. Yes. But
there was a lot of praying going on.
It was God praying. It was God praying. So to your point, absolutely, we weren't together.
Right.
We weren't together, and sometimes I didn't even see him because he was working so much, and I was in school. But we made a point to make sure that when I close my eyes that night, I'm praying for this man. And I believe it was the same thing. So
Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you can't always. Sometimes
Yeah, definitely.
you can't be together.
Appreciate that point.
Yes,
Who brought
yes.
that point?
That
We're going to acknowledge.
that yeah, that was oh, y'all got to check out Black Grandma's podcast. She's
Okay.
amazing. So all our Black
Hey,
grandmas,
sister. Right, definitely. Right.
to all our Black
Mhm.
grandmas, you need to check it out. It's a movement. We need to come together because as grandparents, we got a lot of work to do.
Sure.
But
Right. I'm sorry.
to her point, what
But grandmothers don't look.
I'm speaking.
They
from,
don't look the same as when I
No,
was
they
growing
don't.
up. Oh, these grandmas something now.
No, they
Oh
don't.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, they
You know what I'm
don't.
saying? These grandmas something now.
That's why, as a community,
I tell you.
as a community, and this podcast that I'm trying to and inform everyone else. It's called Black Grandma's Podcast.
Okay, go ahead.
It sounds like she is building a community to be able to do that. She says today's Black Moments Podcast. So I said that to say that I didn't got on a tangent about being a grandma. What was my point?
Hey, girl. I don't know. I deal with this often. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
There'll be a lot going on up here. But still being able to pray together or pray separately for each other.
Right.
It's that is the spirit and soul that can be disconnected when you don't do that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even as you're growing together. So that was my point was that was one of the challenge actionable items that we had, that you pray with your significant other, you pray with your husband or your wife, or you pray with them if you can.
Right.
And even sometimes we get in a rush of the day, the rush of the morning, and we kind of zoom off. You take that time to pray because life is too short.
Sure.
Life is too short. So
and I'm sorry, that's one of the things too. One of the ways to build intimacy in a relationship, number one, is through prayer. And we've said this before, we've heard it, we didn't make up the saying, but you heard the saying that says this much, that you become intimate with who you pray to, who you pray with, and who you pray for. So just always remember that. If you want intimacy in your relationship or your marriage, you say you got to put prayer as well. And I'll say something too. But let's look at, and I may be going off whatever, but I just want to share things as they come to me. Number one, when it comes to the intimate part of this, and we're talking about not killing the vibe, but we're talking about basically reviving the vibe in a relationship. One of the things here, we look in the scripture, we see Abraham and Sarah. Remember when basically God had told them they're going to have a child. And Sarah didn't believe it. She laughed when those brothers came and told her. And she was like, oh no, me and my boy gonna have pleasure in our old days. But God revived that relationship and said, listen, yes, once you get me in it, I'm gonna show you whether we can say excitement is even in your older age. So you may not be the blue pill, may not be the red pill, the green pill. So in other words, I'm getting into something else, is that God can do it and build intimacy in your relationship. And we want to tell you that. He can raise up ours too, girl. Yes, he can. Okay. All right. So my little 2 cents. Go ahead.
Intimately and spiritually.
Yes, right. Definitely. Right.
And guess what, y'all? That's sexy.
Yes.
Like for real.
That's
There's
what we're talking
scripture
about. Yes.
that's referencing as far as you want to read it.
Let me tell you what.
It's Philippians 2 and 3. Because everything that we try to live by has to be the foundation of what we say all the time. And that is scripturally bound and God led. So when we even talking about what's sexy and what's not sexy, it's important to make sure that you are doing things according to God's word. And then you can really know what sexy is, right?
Absolutely. So I'm going to read the scripture, Philippians 2nd chapter, the 3rd verse. This is the New International Version. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition. Okay. Or vain conceit.
Right.
Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves.
Yes.
So, in other words, when we present ourselves, we wouldn't be thinking about us, we'd be thinking about the other person.
Yeah.
So there's a saying back, I think they teach it in psychology, is this. They tell you that I mean, you more or less say, hey, I'm going to take care of me for you.
Yeah.
You take care.
You, me, for you. Yeah.
That's
There
it.
you go.
So that's the thing. And that's what we're saying in short, is that don't think selfish in this thing until, oh boy, this is kind of crossing a little line. But Red Fox, or the comedian Red Fox, remember he played Fred Sanford. And you remember old Richard Pryor, both of them said this thing. They just kind of did like, he just said, hey, why don't you just wash your, okay, you know what I'm saying, okay? That's what we got to do.
And you know what?
Because
let's fix this.
If we don't do it, that ain't sexy. I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead.
So what we want to do is work together.
Yes.
As a couple,
yes.
as a union, as a community, and we talking to each other, because most of the time, I would hope, especially in our maybe a little bit more mature adults, we see if you are a good friend, like for real, if you are a good friend to someone and you notice that there's certain odors that are still there when they left the room, and I ain't talking about something that smells really nice, and you ain't say nothing to girl, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
And the same with Brahman.
Yeah.
Same with Brahman. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Right.
Family and friends, if you truly my family, my friend, and you happen to smell up, which Lord, I ain't going outside, but for some reason, some things could be medical now. Some things could be medical.
Good. Yeah.
But let's try to work on fixing that. So the first thing you do, make sure you clean. You know, make sure you can present yourself. Because first of all, as I said, you gotta first feel good about yourself before I can feel good to him and present myself to him. I gotta feel that, oh, I smell good, oh, I look good. And some days when I don't feel all that great.
Yeah, right. And you know something there, even if we talked some of this stuff years ago in the early 2000s in a church that allowed us to do a family ministry, and we called it the things that God won't do for you. Okay, and that's what we talk about. These are things you got to do for yourself. Right. So if you're able-bodied to do them, so I want to consider that as well. And just like you say, watch, you know, when it comes to breath, you know, again, we ought to freshen up for each other. Yeah. And if because it's just to be, hey, come here, girl, give me that, you know, come on.
Your breath is
and like, things are not, I mean, they're popping in a negative way. So, I mean, we know that we naturally have odors, you know, in our bodies. But my thing is, we ought to be considerate of others with that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so, so the first thing is we want to make sure that we are clean and presentable. We smell great. We look good for ourselves and for our companions to present ourselves. Then second thing, you know, I mean, flirt like when y'all wanted to get each other.
Yeah, you remember that? You know, remember we talked about it? You wouldn't even, you wouldn't even let him fly because you didn't want her to know that you took certain things. You know what I'm saying?
And you can still flirt in a marriage.
Right, absolutely. Okay? Don't stop the flirting.
Now come on now.
Don't stop.
How many of y'all still flirt in your marriage?
What kind of comments you got on me?
Let's see. A couple things that we're talking about.
Please continue to flirting.
Yeah, continue to flirt. How many of y'all put a one in the comment if you still flirt?
Yeah, because
if you're not, you can start.
Yeah.
After we get off of the
not too late. Start tonight.
You can still flirt. You know, because that's sexy.
It is.
And let's not forget now, sometimes flirting does not always have to end. You know, maybe I just want some attention.
Brothers, here she go. With that. It can be holding and calling.
Maybe it's not time for that.
It can be holding and calling. It can be playing up to that moment, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I mean, because at one time, you know, when we first got together, I love to touch. So I like to hold his hand when we were out. He wasn't used to that.
I wasn't.
He wasn't used to that. But now, oh my goodness, we go out, he grabbing me. Yeah. You know, so you know, if it is not a bad thing.
Sure.
That if you have not been in that season of flirting, what we're trying to use is some strategies of how you can fix things if there is some stalemate going on in your relationship.
Right. And it's easy to get there.
Yeah, really, it's very easy.
It's so normal because we take things for granted. We get used to things so much, and it's just like, Oh, well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. So sometimes we need to get jolted, kind of, excited again about things. And we need to sexy comments to each other, compliments.
Just compliments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Compliments.
Right.
So you may want to create a sexy zone challenge.
Okay.
What I mean by that.
Yeah.
At a certain time or a certain day, create a no phone zone.
Okay.
We're not going to be, or certain time.
Unless we are
texting.
or
I'm saying in
we
the
can
evenings,
put
if
some
y'all
stuff,
are having a Netflix and chill night, put the
Okay.
phone down.
Right. Okay.
Because it's us.
So I couldn't send like any pics.
Whatever works for y'all. But I'm saying,
Oh yeah.
if I'm not saying if he was to send that while I'm sending it to me, I'm not talking about looking at social media or texting somebody else.
I got you.
Be present.
Right.
Be present
In
with
the
each
moment,
other.
right.
Be
Gotcha.
present.
Gotcha.
Anything else you can think of?
Well, we can even we can dress up, like we can put on some stylish clothes or something to get, like the sexy look. Or we might can even role play, I guess, if we want, dress up.
Whatever works for y'all.
I won't say what I said to you right now.
Somebody say is a way to keep saying, I choose you over and over again, girl. Tanya, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
then there's Fletcher said, my wife flirt with me. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Keep that up.
Yeah. So,
keep that up.
And that's just what we gotta do. We gotta keep things rolling.
Because I'm gonna say something. Because if the wife or the husband don't flirt with you, when you go out here, believe me, some of these chicks out here gonna flirt with you.
And the enemy knows too.
Yeah.
He knows when you're not getting
so
something.
Keep that spice.
Wait, hold on, you finish this.
Okay.
He know when you're not getting something at home. Really, you know when things are missing because it's always the opportunities. He's like, boy, this just came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. No, it
That's
didn't.
right. That's right.
No, the enemy know when you're not satisfied. The enemy know when you on edge or you're about to tip over, fall over. You know it. That's why he brings things at those times, the weakest moment. He did that with Jesus Messiah. Yeah, after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, temptation came. You know you ain't fasting that long. Okay, so guess what? Me though, no. But he coming after you.
That's
period.
right.
You better know it.
That's right.
Okay,
That's all right. I love that, Tony. Thank you so much. It is a way of saying I love you over and over again.
Yes.
So this is going to be our second. I keep saying challenge, but
We're gonna say what? About the
task.
Oh, okay.
That we would want you all to do.
Okay. We're gonna say
we all are going to do this. So if you did not join us for the prayer for and with your significant other and spouse for when we first started, then I want you to add that to start a compliment jar.
Okay, so the prayer, if you didn't get it, it's not too late. Say a prayer, start praying together, and then also a compliment
jar. We have, well, this is not the jar, but we have a jar that we put certain things in.
Right, little notes.
And then maybe at the end of the week, read it to each other. You know?
Yeah. Make deposits, and then at the end of the week, you make a withdrawal.
Whatever works for y'all. So what we're gonna do,
whatever. Yeah.
We're gonna drop it's called 7 Day Bring Sexy Back.
Okay.
One we've already done and we're gonna continue to do is praying for each other.
Yes.
Then the second one that we just said is the compliment.
Yes.
Compliment each other. And we appreciate that. Sometimes validation from your man or wife.
Oh yes.
It means a lot. It does mean a lot.
And if you don't get a lot of times when other people do that, then it puts you in a vulnerable state because you're saying, hey, he's appreciating me more than my man or my woman. So definitely we need to do that and show our appreciation. Again, easy to take for granted.
Yes. So our takeaway for tonight is hopefully what you all can implement in your life, in your relationships. Because love fades when we stop trying, and we stop pursuing, we stop being intentional. That word that we always use, stop being intentional to who we love,
Right.
you know, and how we love. It starts fading. You know, when communication stops, when we don't show the affection and we don't be transparent to each other, then that that impacts how a relationship flourishes or plummets.
Sure. And the thing is too, it's just like this, you know, you mentioned about when we stop, you know, things fade. And just think the home that you live in, number one, if you don't do things inside to cause appreciation, then over time it depreciates to that degree. So you don't want your relationship doing that. So you want to always be thinking, how do I build up or how do I increase the value here in this relationship? So one thing, okay, we want to do before we jump off, we want to have prayer with you. That's okay. We want to pray.
So if you are with your significant other, or even if they are not with you, pray for them. And if you can, you know, let's join hands together as a community in prayer.
And one thing, this may be the norm for you, but it may be odd for some, because I know we've seen when we ask people to pray for one another, and we ask the question, do you pray for one another? Then it's like, oh, it may feel like prayer is private. That's my private, my God. But we've got to open out those channels there. And then another thing too, when it even comes down to your intimacy, as I say, that to pray to God that you, Lord, I pray that we satisfy one another like we never have before. But see, when you start talking like that, people saying, oh, God don't say nothing this solid on the bedroom. That's what I've heard people say that about, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, really, is he? Okay, so the God that created male and female, and one reason he said you're going to be one when the two of you come together is silence, what you're saying. So we want to pray that God revive these things that we talk about today and put them in our hearts, that we carry them forth and we put them in place, period.
Can you bring your sexy back?
Yep, that's what we ask the Lord. Lord, bring the sexy back. So we're going to go ahead and pray right now. Okay, dear God and Father, Lord, we thank you for our friends, Lord, and family joining us tonight. We thank you for the words that's been said, the comments that's been said. And dear God, one thing we want to do is give you the glory in everything we say and do, because it's not about us, all about you. And we ask you, dear God, if the sex had left, we ask you to bring it back. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua, Lord, your son. We ask you to touch us with a new anointing, get us excited about each other, and dear God, rekindle the fire. And we thank you for everyone that participated here tonight. God bless you. And we say we love you.
Yes. So thanks so much for dropping in. We do want to put a little plug in to make sure you all have registered. If you have not registered for the upcoming event of the two of us
celebrating
and you,
our 40th anniversary.
Wedding anniversary.
Yep.
It was last month, but we had our time of bringing sexy back then. So we want to come back together and celebrate with you. It is free and it is on Zoom. We're going to have an amazing time. We've got Jay the Gentleman, and he is the ultimate.
Yes, right.
Ultimate, I would say, party host.
Host,
So
definitely,
host.
right. He keeps it live.
Yes.
You know, the music, the games.
Yes.
We got giveaways. We doing some of our merch. You know, we got
Check it out.
and we got the merch we're gonna give away. And also, I think I'm gonna give away some Bitcoin. I believe. So what we want to do, we just want to give on this, and we want to develop relationships, long-lasting relationships. Because one thing we believe. And I'm not being racist, but race conscious, because I know how the world has looked on Black love in a negative manner. But we want to say to you that Black love is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
thing. You know, period. So that's
we want to celebrate with you guys on August 23rd from 5 to 7. We are going to have an amazing time.
Yes.
Just, the information should be on our YouTube and or Facebook and Instagram. So all you have to do is just send RSVP to email justkeepingitreal.cm@gmail.com and just say attending or RSVP. And then you will get the link to join the Zoom link. And you
Mhm.
also will be getting a free download
Yes.
for
I'll have a checklist on
a
that.
checklist
Mhm.
on relationships.
Yes.
So thanks so much. I appreciate
And-
y'all hanging in there.
And you might even hear us sing a song at that. She don't really know this, but
doing stuff,
you will. She will.
y'all.
You will. You will.
just
You
be
hear some
doing-
music. Yeah, from us as
just
well.
be
Yeah.
doing stuff
Sure.
that I cannot appreciate you all more than I have.
Okay,
now.
definitely. All right.
But again, thanks again for stepping in and joining on our live. Stay tuned for more wonderful, wonderful things. Thank y'all.
Appreciate everybody.
I appreciate
Yes.
you all.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time,
Right. Peace out, y'all. Love you. Just
Bye.
keeping it real with Charles and
Melendia.
Yep.
Bye.